The Rebels go with senior Brian Guca along with senior Sergio Gonzalez. Sophomore Derek Sims along with Alex Reese, a senior, and Reese Metler, a senior. B-Digger's starting lineup is brought to you by Equitable Savings and Loan. Proud to be Northeast Colorado's locally owned hometown savings and loan. With locations in Fort Morgan, Sterling, and Brush, available 24/7 for your banking needs. Equitable Savings and Loan. They go with Armando Salcedo, along with a junior point guard, Ryan Dunker. The senior Trent Mount, along with junior Gunnar Guzman, who had another 12-point night the other night. And another underclassman in Marcus Contreras, the left-handed shooter.
And, looking at Weld Central's lineup, you're looking at Metler and Reese, I think that's how you pronounce it.
Yep.
Once again, two other big guys for this basketball team that Brush is going to have to face tonight, just like they did Tuesday night against Bennett. So we'll see how that all shakes out, if they're going to be the two dominant guys or if they spread the ball around to everybody else in the court.
Opening tip is brought to you by Buildings by Design, the experience to complete your project from start to finish. Get the quality you deserve in your building by starting your build project right. Start with Buildings by Design. Jumping center. It'll be Gunnar Guzman and Derek Sims, controlled by Weld Central. Here comes Sergio Gonzalez. Gonzalez dribbling on the outside left with the basketball. Cross court taken by Gutka. B.J. Gutka, right of the lane, over to Metler. Here's the corner shot missed. A left-handed brick thrown up by Alex Reese. Mount coming away with the basketball for Brush. Mount to Ryan Dunker against Gonzalez on the high left to Contreras, straight away to Mount. On the outside right to Salcedo, feeds it back out to Dunker. Left-handed dribble at the free throw line, 15-footer in and out. Ball was halfway down, the rebound into the hands of Alex Reese of Weld Central. Into the front court is Metler. Metler to his right, feeds it back out to Gonzalez. Cross court to Gutka. Bounce pass, left corner, penetrating cutoff over there was Derek Sims. Now to Gutka, straight away to Gonzalez. Jump pass to Gutka, fakes a three, steps in, kicks it back out to Gonzalez on the outside right. Bounce pass, right corner for Metler. Down low, wide open, banking and scoring is Alex Reese.
Alex Reese was all alone under the basket. Nobody was there to cover him.
And Weld Central scores the first points of the game. Yeah, I think a B-Digger went for a steal there, and it didn't pay off. Took a big gamble.
I think it might have been Gunnar Guzman at that time.
Dunker the other way to Mount. Mount on the outside right to Salcedo. Dribbles right baseline. He's bodied up and fouled by Derek Sims. First foul committed by either side. Salcedo to trigger it in. Bounce pass in the right corner for Mount. Lobs it right baseline for Guzman. He turns, he shoots, throws up an air ball.
Boy, great move on Guzman's part. He's just got to get that ball down in the basket.
Sims with the basketball. Cross-court pass intercepted by Mount. Intended by Gutka. Lays it up and in. T-Money.
Nice break on the part of Trent Mount and put it in the hoop.
Metler the other way. Banks and misses with the left hand. Salcedo with a rebound. Salcedo still in the backcourt. Crosses the timeline to Dunker. Deadlock at 2. 6:23 to go in the opening quarter. Mount straight away. Lobs it in the right corner for Salcedo. Dribbles right baseline. Cut off over there. And then had the ball knocked out of bounds by Metler. B-Diggers retained possession. Armando to throw it in. Bounce pass was kicked out of bounds by Sims. He'll throw it in from virtually the same area. In the front court. Salcedo lobs it right wing. Mount takes the three and makes the three. Trent Mount now has 5 early on. Brush 5, Weld Central 2. 6:07 to go in the opening quarter. Bounce pass to Gutka, back out to Gonzalez in the right corner. Here is Alex Reese. Over to Gonzalez, high right. Now to Reese in the right corner. Reese looking for Metler, swings it back out. Gonzalez fakes the three, straight away to Gutka. On the right wing, Gonzalez, guarded by Dunker, very closely by Dunker. On the outside left, here's Gutka. Bounce pass Gonzalez. Wide open three is up and around and no good. And T-Money gets the rebound, his second. Trent Mount with a left-handed dribble, swings it left side. Contreras, left corner three, and that's going to be short. Strong side rebound is controlled by Sims, his third board. Sims to Gonzalez, a lot of speed there, into the front court to Gutka, cut off by Mount. 15-footer Metler hits the bottom of the rim, and the rebound for Brush to Armando Salcedo. 5:22 to go first quarter. Brush 5, Weld Central 2.
Boy,
Dunker.
Trent Mount.
Yep. Oh, Mount has been excellent so far. Mount hands it off to Dunker. Crossover dribble. Cut off by Gonzalez. Spins it back out to T-Money in the lane. Kicks it left baseline to Salcedo. Drops it. Gets it back to Mount in the left corner. Mount had a sloppy pass. Knocked it out of bounds by Reese. Yeah, got to throw a bounce pass there when there's traffic in the middle.
Yep.
And the Bee-Diggers got away with one. And Mount to throw it in to the right of the basket in the front court. Lobs it to Guzman. Left of the lane. In the lane. Hooks. Throws up a brick. Rebound to Salcedo. Salcedo on the right baseline, and then his bounce pass goes through everybody, and it's taken away. Here comes Weld Central. Goodka the other way, puts up a wild shot. Offensive foul as Trent Mount goes to the floor. Committed by Brian Goodka. Second turnover for Weld Central. Brush still leading 5-2. And here comes Trent Mount. Mount to Dunker. He'll set up the Bee-Digger offense with 4:44 to go in the opening quarter. Picked up by Gonzalez. Gets a pick from Guzman. Dribbles to his right. Cut off by Metler. Maintains the dribble behind his back. At the top. Dribbles by Metler. No look. Bounce pass kicked out of bounds. Brush retains possession. Intended for Salcedo, who had a little bit of an angle on the defender. And now we've got Austin Knox.
I wonder if Sims was a kicker on their football team.
Yeah, I know. He's had at least 2 kicks. Is that 3?
3 kicks.
Here's the pass into T-Money, and he's fouled. I love that pump fake by Trent Mount off the inbounds pass.
Trent Mount is so smooth on that. It's just easy for him to do it. Great job.
Was committed by Goodka, Ron. That's his second. That means he's summoned to the bench. Austin Knox is already in, and the free throw by Mount is good. I don't know about you. I'm smelling something. A big night from T-Money.
That's the smell of money tonight.
Yeah, well, he looks good so far.
Great from the inside, shooting great from the outside, rebounding the ball really well, and, of course, at the free throw line doing a great job.
Enrique Milian checks in, and the free throw is in. And that's 7 early points for Trent Mount. Brush leads 7-2. 4.5 to go. Here's Milian, left of the lane, in the lane, back out Sims, 15-footer, yes. Derek Sims scores, and the Rebels to within 3 at 7-4. Dunker in the backcourt to Mount, front court pass. Taken by Massey just into the game. Here's Ryan Dunker, left of the free throw line. Bounce pass to Massey. No look to Salcedo. Scoops it up and in. Oh, that was beautiful ball movement by Brush.
Great combination there. Passing the ball around and setting it up under the basket.
Austin Knox the other way. Knox on the outside right to Milian. Back out to Knox. Nearly stolen by Salcedo. Now taken by Dunker to Salcedo. Lays it up and in. And the Bee-Diggers take advantage of the turnover. Timeout Weld Central. 3:53 to go in the opening quarter. And the Bee-Diggers lead 11-4. It's a 1-minute break on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Weld Central basketball out of the timeout. Knox to Milian, dribbling to his left. Bee-Diggers lead 11-4, 3:35 to go in the first quarter. And then the pass tipped away from Sims, taken by Metler. The 3 in the corner, yes. Reese Metler with a long 3. Gets Weld Central to within 4. It's 11-7. John Beltran with Ron Albo. Here's Ryan Dunker. On the high right, picks up the dribble near the top to Mount, back to Dunker, dribbles right baseline. He puts up a floater, and that is short. And the rebound is controlled by Alex Reese of Weld Central. They can make this a 2-point game, perhaps one with a 3. Metler bounce pass to Sims, scoops it up, fouled as he misses. Eli Urich is into the game, and that might be on Eli with the foul, and it is.
Yeah, he did not have his feet set under the basket there, and that's a good call on the part of the referee.
Derek Sims to shoot a deuce. The left-handed free throw is up and in. That's what you want to do out of the timeout of your Weld Central, is gain some momentum. They've done that here. Dunker is out and Ben Brown is in. Gage Hesse is in for Weld Central. And out of the game is Alex Reese. Second free throw coming up for Derek Sims. That is up, and he clanks it off the back of the rim. However, the rebound and the foul, as again, getting loose there was Gage Hesse. The Bee-Diggers did not block out.
And Trent Mount went over the back, and he drew the foul at that time. So it'll be interesting to see what Brush does now with 2 of the big guys out for Weld Central. They've still got Metler in there, but let's see what happens if we can get kind of back on track again.
Free throws off to the right, and it was actually Urich that committed the foul, so he's got 2 already. And Austin Perry is in for Brush. Second free throw is up, and that's good. Brush 11, Weld Central 9. 3 minutes to go, first quarter. Trent Mount sets up the offense on the high right. for Corbin Massey. Straight away for Brown. Dribbles to his right. Hands it off to Salcedo. Back up top to Trent Mount. Mount to his right. Dribbling against Million. Bounce pass to Massey. Massey left of the lane. Had a shot. Didn't take it. Gets it to Brown. Right corner for Salcedo. Salcedo nearly had it stripped away. Picks up the ball. Bounce pass back out to Team Money. 2:35 to go. Bounce pass right of the lane to Perry. Right corner Mount. He'll take the three. And that's off the back of the rim. Derek Sims grabs his fourth rebound. Here's Metler into the front court for Weld Central. They can tie the game. Right corner, Knox penetrates all the way, scoops it up and in. Off the glass, left hand. That is made by Austin Knox. And Weld Central scored the last 7 points of the game. And we're deadlocked at 11 with 2:12 to go in the opening quarter.
Boy, Knox is really smooth in that shot, going from right hand to left hand and putting it in the basket.
Salcedo misses the three. Long rebound to Million. B-Diggers settling for long shots. Long pass to Metler. Metler looking, lobs it to Million straight away. Right wing to Sims. Right corner. Here is Gage Hesse. Back out to Metler. Calls out the play. 1:52 to go. Opening quarter. Metler pulls up for a three. It's off to the right. But the rebound controlled by Hesse. Triple team feeds Metler, banks, and scores with the left hand. And the B-Diggers are doing an awful job of blocking out right now.
Yeah, nobody under the basket. Nobody securing the rebound.
Trent Mount with a basketball. That is now a 9-0 run for the Rebels. They lead 13-11. Mount cross court, taken over there by Massey. On the outside right, straight away for Brown. Back out to Mount, down low for Perry, knocked away, picks it back up, left baseline, inside to Brown. He turns, he hooks, and he scores. Ben Brown with a nice turnaround. The B-Diggers have tied the game at 13. 1:15 to go. Knocks the other way, straight away. Picked up by Massey, left wing to Metler, down low. Here's Hesse, spinning, hooking, and missing off to the right. Ben Brown has the rebound for the B-Diggers. That ball sat on the rim.
Long time up there.
It did. On the outside right to Massey. Massey looking, dribbling. Cross court to Salcedo. 57 seconds to go. In the lane to Perry. Scoops it back out left corner. Massey rainbow three. Yes! That nearly hit the ceiling, KM. I mean, was that not an arc or what?
That was about a good 20, 25-foot arc.
16-13 brush. What a beautiful looking three. B-Diggers have now reclaimed the advantage. They're on a 5-0 run. 36 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Metler holding the ball on his right hip just beyond midcourt. Left-handed dribble guarded by Brown. Lobs it left side for Million. Hands it off to Sims. Back out to Metler. 25 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Knox crossover dribble against Brown behind his back. Gets a pick from Metler. Hands it off to Metler. Back out to Knox straight away. Inside pass poked away by Mount. Taken by Metler beyond the three-point line. He'll reset the offense with 11 seconds to go. Over to Knox just beyond the timeline. Guarded by Salcedo with 7 seconds to go. Dribbles behind his back. Lost it. Got it back. Dribbles by 2 in the lane. 3 seconds to go. Scoops it to Hesse. Offensive foul. Going down to the floor was Corbin Massey. What an excellent play. Austin Knox commits the foul. That's his third. B-Diggers will have a shot here with 2.2 seconds to go.
Rush staying patient at that time and just getting their feet set and getting underneath the basket and holding their ground. And we draw a foul and we got the ball back, which is nice.
Massey gets it into Brown. Brown to Dunker. Long shot off the back of the rim. He nearly made another buzzer beater as he did at the end of the third quarter against Bennett. We have played 8 minutes. It's Brush 16, Weld Central 13. How about a 1-minute break on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Let's start the second quarter. John and Ron back in Brush, and the B-Diggers have it. Austin Perry scoops and scores with the left hand, and the feed from Ryan Dunker as Perry was cutting to the basket. B-Diggers lead 18-13. On the outside right, Austin Knox back out to Metler. Here's Million. Left baseline Sims. Bounce pass inside was forced and knocked away. Trent Mount has the basketball. And then the ball is dribbled off of Mount out of bounds, and the B-Diggers commit just their second turnover of the opening half. It is Mount, Brown, Massey, Dunker, and Perry.
Coach Whipple gave him a big smile like, hey, what are you doing over there? Come on, you know better than that.
Yeah. Well, Central made a quick substitution. Alex Reese back into the game, and Gage Hesse. On the outside right is Reese. Back out to Knox. On the outside left to Million. Now to Knox. Well, they're just playing catch over there on the perimeter. Here's Million at the top to Knox. He'll take a long three. It's off to the left. And the ball is rebounded on one hop by Trent Mount. Mount will set up the offense for the Brush. B-Diggers up 18-13. Less than a minute into the second quarter. Mount dribbles left baseline. Backs up. Can't take that shot. Feeds it to Brown. Hands it off to Dunker. Dunker against Knox. Gets a pick. Dribbles into the lane all the way. Scoops it up, and he missed it. It went glass foul in the backcourt. B-Diggers commit just their third team foul, and that was by Austin Perry. That'll be his first.
What an odd play right there. Dunker made a move to the right, then cut to the left, and the kid from Weld Central hit the ground. It was like he rolled his ankle or something.
Yeah, and I think Ryan just ran out of the angle there to bank and score, and he missed it well off to the left. Knocked for Weld Central. B-Diggers up by 5 on the outside left. Here is Gage Hesse back out to Gudka into the game. On the high right, Reese. Now to Gudka. Left wing 3 is up and off the back of the rim. Long rebound to Knox. Tied up by Massey. Gets it right back. Banks and misses. Here is Hesse, and Hesse's fouled.
Ben Brown and Hesse battling underneath the basket there, and I'd say Hesse might have him outweighed by about a good 20, 30 pounds at least.
Ben Brown commits his first. Yeah, he's...
Probably more than that, probably close to 50 pounds.
Yeah, he's big and strong.
Big and strong.
Gunnar Guzman getting ready to check in for Austin Perry.
I like Austin Perry in there. He's physical.
Yes,
He's
absolutely.
able to get underneath the basket and hold his own.
In the left corner, Hesse off the inbounds pass to Gudka. Now back to Mettler. Mettler well behind the three-point line. Hands it off to Gudka. Gudka looking. Takes the left wing 3. That's going to be off the back of the rim. And Trent Mount goes very high for the rebound. That's his 4th rebound. Mount into the front court. Mount into the lane. Mount spinning, leaning, fading, and scoring. How did he do that?
Just I mean, if you had a chance to watch this live, you would not believe what just happened. It's amazing.
That's about an 8-footer, but man, he contorted his body in 2 different ways. 20-13 Brush. 6 minutes to go, second quarter. Knox misses the 3, and Trent Mount looked like he was fouled. Went to the floor, picked up by Gudka in the lane. He scoops and scores. Off the back of the rim, Brian Gudka. Weld Central gets their first points of the quarter. 20-15 Brush. 5:45 to go before the break. Mount at the top for Brown. Bounce pass to Trent Mount. Pulls up 16-footer. Yes. Trent Mount took a dribble, and he is on fire. It's 22-15 Brush. 5.5 to go before halftime. Austin Knox the other way. In the left corner to Reese. Reese straight away to Knox. Fakes the 3. Looked like he traveled into the lane all the way. Scoops it up and in off the glass with the right hand. B-Diggers up 22-17. They go the other way. Here's Corbin Massey on the outside left. Back out to Mount just beyond the timeline. Left corner, here's a long 3, and that's going to be no good. That is missed by Guzman. And a long rebound to Mettler. Here's Knox. Bounce pass. He threw it out of bounds. B-Digger basketball.
Well, Knox had that nice layup down here and then went down court, got the basketball, came down court again, just had a sloppy pass.
Well, Trent Mount is going to take a seat here. Salcedo back in out there with Guzman, Brown, Ryan Dunker, and Corbin Massey. Long pass to Salcedo, and he misses an easy one. Oh, Dunker caught the defense napping, and there's a foul underneath, and it's on Brush. Oh, Armando, he was so shocked that he had such a perfect shot that he committed the foul. Roberto Martinez, in there for the B-Diggers, did not play in the last game. Salcedo commits his first. And let's see, also in.
Contreras is back in again.
Yep. Here is Gudka in the right corner for Mettler, looking down low, lobs it down low, but Hesse's trapped well underneath the basket. Right corner for Mettler off the bounce. Swings it to Gudka, lost the ball, and is stripped away. Here is Martinez, but Martinez could not control. Gonzalez has it. Gonzalez across the timeline. Crossover dribble on the outside left, guarded by Contreras, and held back off a little bit. Now to Gudka. Gudka to Gonzalez, near the top of the three-point circle. 4:15 to go, second quarter. B-Diggers up by 5. Here's Gonzalez on the left wing against Dunker. Bounce pass down low to Mettler, right baseline. Reese, 15-footer, is off the front of the rim, and it's no good. And the ball is tipped into the hands of Roberto Martinez of Brush, looking for the outlet. Hands it off to Ryan Dunker. Under 4 to go before the break. Dunker guarded by Gonzalez. Gets a pick from Salcedo. Dribbles to his right. On the outside right to Martinez. Martinez looking for an outlet here. Maintains the dribble. Is going to find Contreras in the right corner. Left-handed pass goes through everybody, but picked up by Dunker. Then he forced the inside pass, intercepted by Mettler. Only the third turnover for Brush. Gonzalez across the timeline, guarded by Salcedo. Cross-court intended for Gudka. Into the B-Digger bench. Turnover for Weld Central is their 5th.
Well, Brush was trying to get the ball into Roberto right there, and he did not see Mettler in front of it as he passed that ball right to him. I think that was Dunker that passed the ball to him, so that's why we had the turnover.
Did Trent Mount have a chance to even breathe on the sideline? He's back in.
About 45 seconds.
Yep. But they need him. He's been so good. especially in the offensive end. Here is Dunker for Brush on the outside left. Dunker left of the lane, leans, bangs, scores, and he's fouled on that little runner from about 10 to 12 feet away, and the Beat Diggers are up by 7. Ryan Goodka commits his 3rd foul. That's critical for Weld Central. They're not a very deep team. And to the line now is Ryan Dunker, who just scored for the first time in the game. And Austin Knox checks back in.
Goodka will take a seat, I would imagine, probably until the end of the half here. He might be sitting because they can't afford to have him in foul trouble in the second half.
The free throw by Dunker is good. The Beat Diggers lead by 8, 25-17. 3:18 to go in quarter. Metler against Dunker just across the timeline. Over to Gonzalez on a high right. Crossover dribble now to Metler. He's still well behind the three-point line. Right corner, Knox penetrates in the lane. Slithers, banks. No, tried to bank, but a foul on the floor.
Knox is really aggressive, and he's really smooth as he weaves himself in and out of traffic underneath the basket.
Gunnar Guzman commits the foul. The Beat Diggers now have 16 fouls. Metler to throw it in. Here is Sims, and he scores on a little 10-footer off the pass. 25-19. Salcedo the other way for Brush. Salcedo right baseline, gets a defender in the air, scoops and misses. And he goes to the line. I think Metler got him from behind.
Metler got him from behind. Yes, he did.
That's his first. I love moves like that. I mean, if you just go straight up, you're not doing anything. But you get defenders off balance. And here is Salcedo, and the free throw is good. Looking to find insurance for your car, home, or even for you, Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance. Locations in Brush and Fort Morgan. Sorry about that, Ron.
No, that's fine. I like the aggressiveness of Brush, and you know whoever was on the court right here, we got Armando taking a chance and just being aggressive and not letting these guys intimidate him.
27-19 Beat Diggers. Salcedo goes 2 out of 2 from the stripe. Metler the other way, bounce pass outside left for Knox, back out to Metler. Metler swings it right side to Gonzalez, guarded by Salcedo, straight away for Metler. In the left corner, Knox penetrates, cut off, back out. Metler 3 in the air, back rimmed it, and the ball is tipped out and still pinballed into the hands of Gonzalez. Weld Central resets, down low, Sims in the lane, stripped by Dunker, he gets it right back, he scoops and he misses, and Derek Sims to the stripe. Dunker nearly had a steal, but Sims was able to stay with the basketball, and committing the foul for the Beat Diggers was Marcos Contreras. So Marcus with a foul, and Derek Sims to the line, and the left-handed free throws in the air, and good. Sims now has 6 in the game, and the lead is 7 for Brush with 2.5 to go.
This is a big physical team. I mean, they're good on the court. For the size of the guys, they can move really well.
And now they're applying a backcourt pressure here. Inbounds pass to Contreras, now to Dunker. Dunker across the timeline. Dunker dribbling right baseline all the way, puts it up, and he missed it. Reese Metler with a rebound. Reese Metler for Weld Central. Feeds it right side to Gonzalez. Face the shot. Now gets it to Metler. Hands it off to Gonzalez. 2:12 to go. First half. Brush 27, Weld Central 21. Sims, left corner. Reese back out to Knox. Now in the left corner for Reese. Lobs it at the top for Gonzalez. Man, nice job rotating the basketball, Ron.
Yes, they're moving.
Here is Metler left of the lane, and he's fouled by Dunker. And Ryan knows he committed a ridiculously silly foul there because that's the 18th foul. And anytime that ball is that high, it's got to be really low in order to reach in and commit the foul.
Yep.
Metler had firm control of the basketball, and he drills the free throw.
And you know what I noticed the last couple of times, Knox, whenever we've had a fast break and we're going down the court, whoever is taking the ball down, Knox is shuffling off and covering them. He's one of the fastest guys on this court right now, so he's able to stay up with, Trent Mount. He's able to stay up with Dunker. So that's kind of interesting to see how they've done that the last couple of times, unless it's just by accident. But
yep. Second free throw, and Massey's in for Dunker is in. 27-23. Here comes Massey the other way for Brush. 1:53 to go before halftime. Contreras left-handed dribble, hands it off to Mount. Mount has been controlled here in the second quarter, and then jump pass inside, poked out of bounds by Metler, intended for Guzman. And here comes another Beat Digger into the game, and that is Eli Urich, saddled with 2 fouls. Brush needs a basket right now. This is now a decent run. Here's the inbounds pass to Massey underneath it. He scoops it up and in, and he's fouled. Boy, that was a great look.
Yeah, Brush cleared out the underneath there, and the unlikely guy to get the ball was Massey. He was wide open and put it in the basket, made it count, and he gets to go to the free throw line.
But he had a little head fake there as well. Yeah. I mean, I like what the Beat Diggers are doing down low. And now the Beat Diggers lead by 6. Massey Off the foul by Sergio Gonzalez. Drills the free throw. Love that arc by Massey. He's already got a 3 in the game. He's got 6. 30-23. Mettler with a minute 39 to go in the first half. Mettler, left-handed dribble, picks it up just across the timeline to Knox. Knox to Mettler, swings it left corner, bounce pass for Reese. Now to Knox straight away. Jump pass in the right corner for Gage Hesse. Bounce pass down low for Sims. Back out to Mettler. Left wing 3. Yes.
Sooner or later, those three-point shots come open. Mettler's pretty good at those, too.
And he's got 10 points in the game. That's his second 3. 30-26, a minute 14 to go. Here's Massey the other way, crossover dribble, jump pass poked away. Contreras has it straight away to Massey. On the left wing, Salcedo penetrates all the way, scoops it up and in. That's the right-handed layup to the left of the basket. Salcedo scores. He's got 8 points, brushes up by 6.
Nice way to answer that basket from Weld Central.
55 seconds to go, second quarter. Knox on the high right, inside to Hesse, and then he runs over a B-digger. Easy offensive foul. Trent Mount, for the second time in the game, takes a charge.
Trent Mount had his feet set there, hands up. There's no other way the referee could call that other than a charge.
Turnover number 6 for Weld Central. B-diggers only have 3. And Nick Weiser makes his first appearance, I believe, of the season, unless he played in the Fort Lupton tournament games that we did not do. We have 47 seconds to go. Massey for Brush. Straight away bounce pass right of the lane over to Urich. Ball poked out of bounds, trying to hand it off over there to Contreras. Brush retains possession. 40.7 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
You know, the tempo of this game's been pretty good.
Oh, excellent. Ball is kicked out of bounds again. Can you believe that, Ron, by Derek Sims?
Well, I think he's a kicker.
He has got to be.
He's got to be the kicker. And if he's not, the football team might want to talk to him about coming out to
Isn't that the truth?
Play.
Salcedo off the inbounds pass, looking cross-court to Contreras at the free throw line, bodied up, back out to Salcedo. 30 seconds to go before the break. On the outside left, here's Contreras. Bounce pass, left baseline, poked out of bounds, intended for Weiser, knocked away by Knox. B-diggers have it in the corner with 25.6 seconds to go, up by 6. And Marcus Contreras to throw it in. Marcus looking. That's a tough angle. He gets it into Massey. Massey dribbles the ball off his leg. Now he's on the floor, picks the ball back up, dribbles to his right. Massey, pump fake, puts it up, and he missed it. Off the fake pass, rebound to Reese. Here's Mettler all the way. Sims lays it up and in with a left hand.
Marcus almost committed a silly foul there by slapping his hand.
5 seconds to go. Crossing midcourt is Massey with 3 behind his back, and then the ball stolen away by Mettler. Let's see if he puts it up at the buzzer, and he does, and it's off. And that's the end of the opening half. The B-diggers have the lead over the Weld Central Rebels. Brush 32, Weld Central 28. It's a 3-minute break on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Reese Mettler to throw it in for Weld Central as we begin the second half. Over to Sergio Gonzalez out there with Austin Knox. And Derek Sims and Alex Reese. Gonzalez with the basketball. Bounce pass in the right corner for Reese Mettler. Back out to Gonzalez. Here's Knox down low for Sims, and his shot is up and no good. And the rebound is controlled by Mettler, though. Again, they had the rebound advantage in the opening half. Now to Gonzalez. Right wing 3 is off the back of the rim. Mettler has another rebound. He resets the offense. Now to Gonzalez. On the outside left to Sims. Left corner for Knox. Dribbles to his right. Knox retreats at the top for Gonzalez. Goes it back out to Knox on the high left. Both teams are 3 games over 500. Mettler is quadruple team left baseline. Back out to Knox. Straight away to Gonzalez. Gonzalez jump pass to Knox. Knox maintains the dribble. Now they just spread it out in the right corner for Mettler. 32-28 Brush. Weld Central still has possession. The B-diggers have not had the ball here in the third quarter. We played well over a minute. Mettler on the high right. Straight away to Gonzalez, left wing to Knox. The B-diggers doing a great job defensively, just rotating left to right. Knox, left corner for Sims, down low for Mettler, spins, banks, and scores. That time he used the right hand as Mount went to the floor. He's got 12. What a great offensive possession for Weld Central. That was the definition of patience.
And they used up a minute and a half on that, too.
Grabbing 2 offensive rebounds. Dunker the other way on the outside left for Mount. Left baseline, here is Guzman. Guzman straight away for Salcedo. Squeezes by 2. Lost the ball. Mettler intercepts. Was falling down. And then behind his back, he threw it away. And he saved it in. And it was tipped out of bounds by Mount. B-diggers turned it over. That was just a wild exchange where he had a blindsided pass and just threw it as far as he could towards midcourt.
And under the basket for Brush, Guzman looked like he was not comfortable at all what he was doing.
Weld Central can tie the game. Knox straight away to Gonzalez. Dribbles to his right. Crossover dribble. Approaching the 6-minute mark of the third. Sims bounce pass inside. Poked away by Mount. Intended for Reese. Intercepted by Brush. Nice job by Trent Mount. Mount the other way against Gonzalez. Just beyond the timeline. Maintains that dribble. Bounce pass right side to Contreras. Contreras in the lane. Jump pass down low for Guzman. Dribbles, banks, and scores. What a nice look by Contreras. And Guzman scores for the first time in the game. B-Diggers lead by 4. 34-30. Inside Sims. Left baseline for Reese. Lost it, got it back. Reese looking. Jump pass. Intercepted by Dunker. Dunker with Knox to beat. Dunker all the way. Left-handed layup, and he missed it. And Reese Metler with a rebound. Long baseball pass to Derek Sims, and he missed. And he missed it. He was picking cherries. And then missing it is Reese. And then Reese has it again, and then he throws it away, I believe. Nope. Tipped it out of bounds.
Just tipped at the last minute there. Ben Brown, or Armando was going over trying to get the ball, but it went out of bounds.
Metler to throw it in the left corner for Sims. 34-30 Brush. 5:07 to go, third quarter. On the outside right to Knox in the right corner for Metler. Dribbles by one. Wants to shoot. Does not. Cut off over there by Guzman. Now the Knox three right wing. Hits nothing but air, and it's out of bounds.
Well, the adjustments at halftime, I think Coach Whipple just told him, let's keep Metler, keep them all at a distance, and force those guys to shoot those three-point shots.
Oh, absolutely. Let him beat you from out there. Trent Mount across the timeline on the high left to Contreras. Straight away to Dunker. Dunker backs up. Dribbles by one. Jump pass inside. Poked away, but Mount chases it down. Trent Mount with the basketball. Hop step intercepted Metler. Long pass to Knox. This will be an easy layup with the left hand. Off the glass, and the B-Diggers have turned it over for a second time in the quarter.
Metler was right there in the lane, so when he threw that ball, I don't know that he even had a good idea that he was standing there.
Brush 34, Weld Central 32. 4:23 to go, third quarter. Right corner Contreras, left-handed dribble. Cross-court pass headed for Dunker, out of bounds, and Brush all of a sudden is showing a lot of impatience on offense. They had 4 turnovers in the first half and have 3 turnovers in over 3.5 minutes just in this quarter alone.
And with the game this close, you've got to settle down again and kind of go back to what's been working for you.
Gonzalez on the outside left to Knox in the left corner for Alex Reese. Reese lobs it to Metler. Bounce pass, no look to Sims. Intercepted beautifully by Dunker. Weld Central with a third turnover in the quarter. And then Dunker throws it away to Knox. Ryan is struggling here in this quarter so far. Knox, no look to Sims. Banks it in with a left hand. The game is tied.
Well, we were talking about a 6 to 8 point run for Brush. It looks like it's flipping the other way with Weld Central with a good run right here, right now.
Timeout brought to you by Greg Mon at State Farm Insurance. Brush 34, Weld Central 34. Let's take a 1-minute break on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. The B-Diggers have the ball. Their 8-point lead is gone. Tie game. Salcedo on the right baseline. Back out to Dunker in the right corner. Dunker dribbles all the way. Reverse layup is up, and he missed an easy one. Oh, that's normally one that goes down for Dunker. Alex Reese with a rebound. 3:33 to go in the third. Brush 34, Weld Central 34. Metler right-handed 10-footer, no good. And the ball is tipped around into the hands of Ben Brown of Brush. Brown at the top. On the outside left to Dunker. Dunker looking, bounce pass is forced, but it goes through a couple of players into Salcedo's hands, and then he traveled. And I don't know what's happening with the B-Diggers. Forced passes. They have 5 turnovers in 4.5 minutes, 4:45 in this quarter, and had just 4 in the entire first half. And I don't know why they're doing what they're doing. And here comes Weld Central the other way. They had 6 turnovers in the first half. They got 3 in the quarter. Brian Gudka back into the game, spinning. Back out to Knox, right corner. Here is Derek Sims. On the outside left, Gudka, left corner for Metler. Metler looking down low, over to Gudka, straight away to Knox. Knox to his right, right corner for Reese. And then that entry pass is poked away by Perry, and it's intercepted by Ryan Dunker. And a low look pass, a forced one to Perry. He scoops and scores. And he's fouled. But that was still a very forced pass that the B-Diggers got lucky on, and the foul was committed by Austin Knox. That's his second foul.
Hesse's back in the game now for Sims.
He's been a nightmare for the B-Diggers from a rebounding perspective.
Yes.
Dunker is in for, or he's out, I should say, in favor of Corbin
Massey.
Corbin Massey. And here's Perry to shoot one. Austin Perry can give Brush a 3-point lead. And does. He nails the free throw. He's got 6. Check it, 5. And Millan is back in the game for Weld Central. 37-34 Brush, 2:38 to go, third quarter. Millan to Gudka, fakes the 3, looking, spinning it back out to Millan. Millan on the high right. Cross-court pass to Knox, now to Mettler in the left corner. Feeds it back out to Knox, back out to Mettler. Mettler right-handed dribble, lobs it down low for Hesse, and the ball is poked by Brown into the hands of Perry. What an excellent play by Ben Brown. That's great defense.
Great defense on his part. Knowing where that ball is going to be.
Oh, yeah. In the left corner, Perry dropped the ball, gets it right back, feeds it to Mount. Mount on the outside right to Salcedo. Here is Brown, straight away to Mount. Puts up a straightaway 3, and it's off to the right. And the ball is rebounded by Brown. Kick it back out if he can. And, he's going to throw it away out of bounds. It was not a beat digger there, but a good idea. Ben Brown hitting the boards hard there.
Yeah, he had Hesse all over him as well as Gudka.
Well, and that's where a beat digger's got to get back to the ball.
Yeah.
Minute 56 to go, third quarter. Here's Mettler down low, and that entry pass is intercepted. Here come the beat diggers the other way. Here is Massey with the basketball. Very sloppy quarter. The Brown 3 is around and no good, and Austin Knox with a big one-handed rebound is second. Still 37-34. Knox the other way, in the lane, all the way, and there's a whistle and a foul on Brush. It's a blocking foul on his way to the basket. It was on the floor.
Corbin Massey.
Yep, just his first foul.
They've got to get a spark offensively.
Yeah, it's been a dead quarter.
Yeah, it's been very dead.
Here's the lob into Knox. Even Weld Central has committed 6 turnovers like Brush in a quarter. On the outside right to Gonzalez. Back out to Knox, and then that pass knocked out of bounds by Massey. Intended in the left corner for Gudka. Gudka to throw it in. 3/4 court. Over to Knox. Knox at the top. Swings it right side to Millan. Back out to Knox. Knox looking, spinning. Jump pass in the lane to Gudka. Stripped away by Massey. Double dribble. I certainly didn't see that. It's not a double dribble. The ball stripped.
Yep.
The B-Diggers are benefiting from that. And Coach Todd Mettler is wondering, what? Brush basketball. 1:08 to go in the third. This is a forgettable quarter of basketball, really, for both teams. Dunker on the outside right, gets the pick from Salcedo, dribbling right baseline all the way, scoops it off the glass and in! What a move there by Ryan Dunker. He's got 5, that's the lead, 39-34. 49 seconds to go, third quarter. Gudka steps in, right corner. Millan, 15-footer off the back of the rim. Rebound, and there's a foul on the floor. Oh, Gage Hesse pushed off apparently.
Yeah, I don't know how I didn't see that one, but Corbin Massey was on the ground over there, so obviously that was a good call from the referee standpoint.
February of every year is when they hold the Academy Awards. I don't know if that was a little bit of and we've got a whistle. What happened there?
I'm not sure. It's on the near side court here.
42.9 to go in the third. B-Diggers to throw it in. In the backcourt, it'll be Mount over to Salcedo. Salcedo crossing the timeline. Bounce pass on the high right to Dunker, guarded by Gudka. Retreats towards midcourt. 28 seconds to go. He dribbles right, spins in the lane, turns, has the shot blocked, and there's a foul.
I think that was on Reese. It was right in his face.
They're going to say the foul was after the shot. Yep.
Ryan Dunker shot the ball, and at the end, I think Reese just pushed him. That's why Dunker was sliding across the floor.
Salcedo to throw it in. Third team foul. The B-Diggers only have 1. Right corner bounce pass for Trent Mount. Dribbles right of the lane. Back out to Dunker. I think right now Brush should settle for the final shot of the third. You're up by 5. You have 14 seconds to go. Here's Salcedo spinning at the free throw line. Jump pass is poked out of bounds. Not a very good pass.
Yeah, don't force things like that. Just settle down.
But
pass the ball around.
Yep. Mount to throw it in. 11.1 to go. Mount looking, still looking. Over to Massey, just beyond midcourt. He traveled. That's a good call. Emblematic of this quarter, 7 turnovers in the quarter by Brush, 7 by Weld Central.
Wow.
Both teams have committed more turnovers in the quarter than in the first half combined. 7 seconds to go. Knox straight away. Left wing for Goodka. Steps in. Bounce past Knox. He'll take the 3, and it's partially blocked by Dunker. And then a long baseball throw by Trent Mount at the buzzer, and that's it. Well, the teams combined for a whopping 13 points. Brush 39. Weld Central 34. It's a 1-minute break on 10-10 KSIR and KSIR.com. The Bee Diggers begin the fourth, up by 5. Dunker has the shot blocked as he's fouled. Tried to throw up a runner to the right of the basket. John Beltran with Ron Albo, 39-34. Bee Diggers over the Rebels. Let's set the lineup. It's Dunker, Massey, Salcedo, Mount, and Perry for Brush. Metler, Gudka, Reese, Sims, and Gonzalez for Weld Central. Free throw is around and good.
That's Weld Central starting lineup.
Yep. He's got 6 in the game. Second free throw is good. He's got 7. The lead is 7. 41-34. Metler the other way to Gonzalez. And to the floor is Massey. Offensive foul on Derek Sims. Well, what a great play by Massey. Massey's played some solid defense tonight.
Yeah, he has done a great job. I didn't even see that one coming. It was all of a sudden he's on the ground.
Turnover number 14 for Weld Central. Brush can open it up right now. Let's see if T-Money can get hot again. Mount on the outside right. 15-footer is off to the left. And the rebound is controlled by Gonzalez. That's his second board. Gonzalez on the outside left towards the top against Salcedo. Bounce pass to Metler in the right corner for Reese. Reese looking over to Metler. Bounce pass to Gonzalez on the outside left. Swings it right side to Metler, well behind that three-point line. Dribbles back out to Gonzalez, drops the ball, gets it back. Feeds Metler at the top, right baseline to Reese, down low for Gudka. Trapped, Banks scores. Wow, somehow he squeezed his body in there. And Gudka was able to score for Weld Central. And it's back to a 5-point game. Nearly 1 minute into the fourth, 41-36 Brush. Dunker the other way, right wing to Mount in the right corner. Here is Armando Salcedo feeding Mount. Mount left-handed dribble in the lane and had the ball knocked away, and it's retrieved by Salcedo, saved it to Dunker. 3 by Mount is going to be well short. He's gone cold. And Gonzalez has the rebound as the ball poked away. It's loose to the floor, and it's taken away by Perry. He's fouled at midcourt. 16 foul by Weld Central.
Well, Perry ran into Reese there, who's a pretty big boy, and he just knocked him right to the ground. So in football, we kind of call that a little ear hole shot right there.
Well, they're going to call it on Alex Reese instead, but Medler was right there.
Yeah.
And all that was a complete mess.
Yes.
Here is Massey for Brush. Massey at the top. Bee Diggers have got to be patient. They forced a lot. Dunker on the right baseline. Dunker to Mount. Dunker penetrates right baseline. Cross-court bounce pass to Massey. Massey in the lane scoops it up, and he missed it badly off to the right. And the ball is taken away by Reese. And then the ball nearly stolen by Massey because it's a foul, the second team foul for the Bee Diggers.
We know with Weld Central the last couple of times they've been down there, they've been patient in passing the ball around. Sooner or later, an opening comes open, a guy can cut to the basket. Brush has got to do the same exact thing.
Here's Gage Hesse checking back in the game for Derek Sims. Metler to throw it in. Into Gonzalez, 6:15 to go in the game. Brush 41, Weld Central 36. Bounce pass at the top for Gudka. Back out to Gonzalez against Massey. Swings a jump pass left corner for Reese. Reese at the top for Gudka. Jump pass to Metler in the right corner. Dribbles to his left. Cross court to Gonzalez. Picked up by Massey. At the free throw line. Jump pass to Gudka. Wide open right wing 3. In and out. And the ball is tipped into the hands of Metler, who scores. Timeout Weld Central. A full timeout. We'll take it with him. Metler now with 14. With 5:52 to go in the game, it's Brush 41, Weld Central 38. How about just a 30-second break right now on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. All right, let's see what the Bee Diggers can do in the final 5:52, leading by 3. 41-38 at home against Weld Central. The Brush Girls won tonight by a dozen, 49-37.
And where the game's taken a turn, John, is just the physicalness of Weld Central into the basket. Brush is not able to match up with them very well right now.
They've out-rebounded Brush all night. Dunker over to Brown. Brown with the basketball, dribbling to his right, and then had the ball poked away. Here is Mettler with one to beat, and he will bank and score, and Massey commits the foul. Oh, offensive foul! Woo! Todd Mettler, the Weld Central head coach, cannot believe it.
I didn't think Corbin Massey had his feet set underneath there, but
not at all. I cannot believe that's an offensive foul. Yeah. I mean, we want the Beat Diggers to win, but they caught a huge break there. And it is a 17th foul, but offensive fouls you don't shoot. Wow. That is stunning to me that was not a defensive foul. Yeah, I mean, Massey was clearly moving on. Yep. Anyway, the game continues. Here is Dunker at the top of the basketball. On the outside left to Massey. Massey now to Salcedo, and he traveled.
See, those mistakes right there, you can't have those in a game that is this tight, where momentum is shifting, and where we are not playing physical against them.
Yeah, it's not looking good now, and you need Trent Mount in there, and he's in there for Salcedo. Excellent substitution by head coach Tyrone Whipple, but T-Money has gone very cold from the field after being extremely hot in the first half. Weld Central can tie it with a three in the right corner. Mettler, entry pass to Hesse. He turns, he banks, and he misses, and the rebound is controlled by Corbin Massey, his first of the game. Here comes Dunker. Beat-Diggers going to go up by 5. Trent Mount dribbles into the lane, and then he's fouled hard. I don't know if he tried to pass that off, but he went down to the floor. Alex Reese commits his third foul.
Yeah, once Mount made that cut to the basket, it was intentional by Reese just to throw his shoulder into him and slam him to the ground. Well, and between Dunker and Reese, there were some words that were exchanged right there.
But I tell you what, this is how cold Trent Mount is. He had a wide open three, didn't take it. He would have taken that in the first half.
Yep.
Now the lane was open, but you're right, that contact was severe, and the free throw is good. There you go. Trent Mount scores for the first time since the second quarter. I'm not going to say anything yet, Ron. I'll say something after this free throw. And I'll let you know what it is. Second free throw is in and out. They were 10 out of 10 from the line, and he missed it.
You were thinking it. That's what it was.
No, you're right. You're right. It's always a problem. The Beat-Diggers commit a foul.
Exactly.
Guzman commits the foul off the rebound. You know, Weld Central has 3 players with 3 fouls. The Beat-Diggers don't have a single player with 3. 42-38, 5 minutes to go in the game. Gonzalez on the outside left in the corner for Reese. Down low for Sims. Trapped on the left baseline. Slams into a Beat-Digger. No whistle. Jump pass to Gonzalez. Right side. Mettler, 3 in the air. Is well off to the right. The rebound to Sims. Back out to Reese. And Reese nearly threw it away. They reset the offense. 6 rebound for Sims. And Gutka is fouled along the right baseline. 14th foul against Brush. And the foul is committed by Gunner. Nope, Ben Brown.
Ben Brown. You know what I like about that is the referees are letting him play. I mean, it's physical, but they're letting him play because it's physical now on both sides of the ball. So that's good.
Mettler to throw it in. Right corner, Gonzalez. Wide open three. He'll take it. He'll miss it. And the rebound is controlled by Trent Mount. That's his 5th board. Now let's see the Beat-Diggers can get a bucket. Mount dribbling behind his back on the outside right. Mount hands it off to Dunker. Ryan Dunker has had a critical couple of buckets in this game. Now he's got the basketball at the top. Back out, here's on the right side, Trent Mount maintaining the dribble, bodied up over there, double team. And then his jump pass is intercepted by Mettler, and then he's fouled in the backcourt, 15 foul. And the Beat-Diggers have turned it over for a 10th time in the second half. Gunnar Guzman commits his 3rd. And this is still an extremely tight contest, 4:16 to go. Brush 42, Weld Central 38. Groceries, fresh cut meat and deli items, Floral Pharmacy, Western Union, Public Service Payments, 24-hour gas Brush grocery cart, 1302 West Edison Street in Brush. Gutka with a basketball, bounce pass back out to Mettler, fakes that three. It was about 23 feet away from the basket. Here's Gutka into the lane, little 10-footer, banks and misses, and the ball is loose on the floor. Who's going to pick it up? It's poked out of bounds. It is off of Gunnar Guzman. Weld Central retains possession of the basketball.
Well, the only way that, Weld Central could get that, there was nobody else under the basket for Brush, so, Gunnar was the only guy there.
Mettler to throw it in. Wide open to Sims, banks and scores. So that was inexcusable by Brush. He found the lane.
That bounce play has been pretty effective for him tonight, that inbound play.
42-40. 3:43 to go. Ryan Dunker, crossover dribble for Brush. Gets a pick from Mount, dribbling to his right corner. Here's the penetration, and the shot is missed over there by Brown. And the rebound taken by Gonzalez on that runner. Gonzalez Grabs his second rebound. Weld Central can take the lead with a 2. Gonzalez straight away. He takes the lead with a 3, and it's missed off to the right. And the ball is loose on the floor, and it's picked up by Dunker. Maintains the dribble. He's fouled in the backcourt by Mettler. 19 foul. Boy, watch out for Mettler. He might have said something that could have merited a technical.
Yep.
But instead, he walks to the other end of the floor. Third foul by Mettler, and Dunker to the line. Here comes Austin Knox in for Sergio Gonzalez.
Boy, had he get a technical, that could have been a game changer for Brush at that point, which is what they need right now.
With 3:20 to go in the game.
Substitution.
The B-Diggers have no field goals in the quarter, just 3 free throws made. 2 by Dunker, 1 by T. Bunny. Free throw is up and perfect. Ryan Dunker is 4 out of 4 from the line. The B-Diggers have made 11 of 12. They've needed every one of them. Yeah, it's a new streak that's starting, hopefully.
Yeah.
Reese is out, and Mian is in. This could give Brush a 2-possession lead. That is up, and that's perfect. Brush 44, Weld Central 40. 30-second timeout brought to you by Greg Mullen, State Farm Insurance, Home Auto Life and Health. 8-4-2-45-55.
No, that's okay. I'm just looking at the last series here. We have got to we got to settle down a little bit. It's way too sloppy right now, and I think if we can just take our time and set the play. The last 2 series ago when we were down here, we turned the ball over. We had a lot of cuts to the basket, a lot of handoffs of the ball, and so it was confusing to Weld Central. Then we had a chance to make a basket. We didn't sink it then, but we got to keep doing that. And like we said, don't keep the ball in one person's hand. Pass it. Sooner or later, the lanes are going to come open and we can get some baskets. But we just got to settle down.
Yeah, I mean, the B-Diggers were in such control in the first half. And then in the third quarter, even Weld Central, 7 turnovers apiece.
Yeah.
This quarter's been a little bit better, but still a little bit frantic at times. Rebel basketball. Here's Austin Knox at the top on the outside left for Sims. Sims back out to Knox. Right side to Goodka. Goodka to his left to Knox. Back out in the left corner for Mian. Now to Knox straight away to Sims. Sims, right-handed dribble at the top for Knox. Here's Goodka. Pulls up 10-footer right side. No good. Mettler with a rebound, and he's fouled on the putback.
Well, great job on the part of Weld Central. Mettler, once that shot's up, he's cutting to the basket looking for the rebound. We've got to do a better job of getting position under the basket to box him out. It's going to be tough, but we got to get position.
Salcedo commits his second foul. These are the first free throws taken by Weld Central in the second half. And that's in for Mettler. He's got 15. Second one upcoming. Brush is getting killed on the boards tonight. There's no question about it. And that's around and off to the right. It spins off, but the ball is rebounded by Sims. They did it again. Here's Mettler that can tie it with a 3 with 2:47 to go. Sims in the lane, scoops it up, left-hand bank, misses. And nice rebound by Trent Mount. And Mount looks like he's fouled, but no whistle. Now he dribbles out of that mess. Trent Mount on the outside right. Let's see the B-Diggers take some air to the basketball and set up for a good shot here. Over to Ryan Dunker just across the timeline. 2.5 to go. Brush 44, Weld Central 41. Dunker dribbling against Mian. Dribbles by Mian and fouled by Mian. That'll be the 10th. Oh, no. Turned it over. Okay, well, another turnover for the B-Diggers. That is their 11th of the second half after only 4 in the first half.
14 turnovers in a game. That you can't have that. You just can't have those type of mistakes.
Reese Mettler back out to Knox on the outside right to Goodka. Over to Knox. Knox dribbles to his right, feeds Goodka. They can tie it with a 3-pointer. Over to Mian, into the lane. Mian jump step to Sims in the left corner. Mettler 3. Yes, game is tied. 44-44 with 1:55 to go. Backcourt pass to Massey. Massey dribbles to his right. Massey across the timeline. Here come the B-Diggers the other way. In the right corner to Salcedo. Back out to Trent Mount. Bounce pass, free throw line to Guzman. Guzman spinning, operating. Back out to Mount on the high right. 1:39 to go in the game. Brush 44, Weld Central 44. Mount with the basketball. Feed it right side to Massey. Massey in the corner for Mount. Mount guarded closely by Goodka. Dribbling to his left. Cross court to Salcedo. Salcedo dribbles into the lane. Kicks it back out to Mount. Fakes a 3. Steps in. Little 12-footer. Good. T-Money scores. It's a big bucket. The B-Diggers lead by 2. 46-44. as Trent Mount in the game now has 14. The other way, the jump pass by Sims, intercepted over there by Gunnar Guzman. And then we got a whistle and a timeout called by the Bee Diggers. A critical turnover committed by Weld Central. With 1:09 to go in the game, the Bee Diggers lead 46-44. Timeout brought to you by Greg Mullen at State Farm Insurance. And Ron, the patience Brush demonstrated there is exactly what you talked about with the settling down, which is why I don't understand what happened in the second half, that they went from a 32-point first half to just 14 points so far in the second half. And again, Weld Central hasn't had the best half either.
Nope.
They're outscoring Brush in the half by just about 3 points. But why the Bee Digger offensive philosophy went in a different direction, I have no idea.
Yeah, and two things there. When you slow the game down and you make the shot count, you run the clock down, okay? And in essence, like this, down to 1:09. Of course, we know it's still a little bit of time. That's still enough time for somebody to take possession. But you limit the chances by chewing the clock down. And so that was a great run by them. They've got to be able to come back again now. They've got the ball, I believe, inbound. Is that right?
Yep,
yeah. So they got the ball. Same thing. 1:09. They got to just slow it down, not get impatient, not feel like they have to make a shot.
Yeah, Weld Central's going to throw in it, but that's Brush ball. What's that? Did Brush forget that they had the ball?
I don't know.
All of a sudden, I saw Mettler to throw it in. Yeah, they're throwing it in along the side in the backcourt. It's Mount, Massey, Guzman, Dunker, and Contreras. Looking for Dunker, feeds Dunker. Dunker is going to jump pass it to Massey. It's a 3-on-3. Massey on the outside right with the basketball. Now slow it down. Now he's triple teamed. And there's a bounce pass to Contreras. Contreras back out to Massey. Jump pass to Dunker. On the left side to Mount. Mount dribbles into the lane all the way, scoops it up, and an offensive foul.
Offensive foul.
As he missed. And that was the risk. He probably should have pulled up for a little 10-foot jumper. He went too far. No free throws off an offensive foul, but Brush commits their 12th turnover of this half.
And I thought he was going to do the same thing just like the last basket he put in.
52.9 seconds to go. Weld Central basketball, 46-44. On the outside right is Mettler, straight away to Knox. Here's Millan in the lane to Sims. Has the shot blocked out of there beautifully by Gunnar Guzman. And we got a traveling violation in the backcourt.
And Marcus Contreras took an elbow to the nose.
Yeah, the travel, though, was against Brush. All right, to throw it in is Mettler. 41.8 seconds to go off the block. Entry pass to Gutka. Gutka trapped on the right baseline. Back out to Mettler. Here is Knox. Knox in the lane all the way, scoops it out. Mettler, 3 in the air, good. And Weld Central leads by a point. 30 seconds to go. 47-46. Contreras the other way. Feeds Massey. Massey in the outside right is fouled. Oh, he got bailed out there.
He got bailed out on that one. And once on that fast break when Weld Central got the ball, as they were coming down court, Gutka was holding on to Dunker and not letting him get down court. The referee ran right past the referee.
Mettler has 9 points in a quarter. It's a double bonus. That's the good news. With the Bee Diggers down by a point, so even if you miss one, you have a chance to tie the game. Massey free throw is off to the right. That was really not even close. It wasn't straight.
Nope.
Now the Bee Diggers have to foul if he misses. If he makes it, Weld Central will play for the final shot of regulation.
And we talked about this at the beginning of the game, or the end of the first half, about how close the game was.
Second free throw rattles in for Corbin Massey. Tied at 47. In the backcourt is Knox, still in the backcourt. There's a timeout with 19.6 seconds to go.
So they're going to get the ball out on the near side, I believe on the near side of the court here. It'll be interesting to see what this inbound play is going to be. I would assume somewhere they've got to get that ball down court really quick to Mettler because he's their big man, and I would imagine they're going to put it in Knox's hand to get the ball to him.
Ron, I can tell you right now, based on my numbers, the Bee Diggers are being out-rebounded 28-13.
Yeah. Those are the things we talked about, turnovers and rebounds. And, the physical size of Weld Central, it wore on them as the game went on. And we just, they got out of position and they couldn't battle with them.
If you can just do something on this possession, Rush loses this game. Not to take anything away from Weld Central, but so way too many possessions where it looked like they were just giving away the game.
Well,
Here we go.
Both teams, whoever comes out with the win, you know, it could have went either way.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
They both were a mirror image of each other for the most part.
Massey, Salcedo, Guzman, Brown, and Dunker for Brush. It's Mettler, Sims, along with Gudka, the inbounds passer in the backcourt along the side. Mian and Austin Knox for Weld Central. Here we go, 19.6 seconds to go. Here is Austin Knox at the top of the three-point circle. On the outside left of Mian, 12 seconds to go. They're just waiting to take the final shot of regulation. And just beyond midcourt, a timeout with 9.4 to go.
Well, that was a timeout for them because I think it set them up in a better advantage to where the ball's going to be inbound, which is closer to on their sideline, closer to the basket, a better play for them.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a design timeout,
Yep.
and now it pretty much guarantees, unless they commit a turnover, that they'll take the final shot of regulation. And the worst thing that could happen to Weld Central is that the game goes to overtime.
And my money right now on this situation for the long shot, I'd say you're going to have Sims trying to take the long shot. He seems to be the best from the field. Unless, of course, if for some odd reason they can cut and get Mettler inside, then he'd be our last shot.
Mettler's the one who's hit the 2 threes in a quarter, and Sims has been very good as well. Mettler in the game has got 21 points.
So Mettler will throw the ball in. Chances are he might make his cut to the basket over in that far corner and try to take the three-point shot.
And he's guarded closely by Salcedo. 9.4. In the backcourt, the bounce pass to Knox. Knox left of the lane all the way, scoops it up wildly. Offensive foul. Boy, he was out of control. And the Beat Diggers took the offensive foul, and Gunnar Guzman was right there in the middle. And now Brush has a shot with 5.1 seconds to go. I am shocked that was the play.
I thought for sure they'd dish it off to Mettler. He was open under the basket.
Well, that was not team basketball. He was just dribbling wildly.
Yep.
Team money to throw it in, and now Brush calls a timeout. Brought to you by Greg Bowen at State Farm Insurance.
I would look for Brush to take that ball. They're going to be under the basket or just to the right of the basket on the toss-in on the far end of the court to try to get it down the middle here and get it hopefully to Mount to take one shot. I don't think with 5.1 seconds.
My initial thought here, Mount is throwing it in, Ron.
Oh, Mount's throwing it in, okay.
If he is throwing it in, he was there. You throw it into somebody else, get it to Dunker, and let Dunker do his thing. He scored at the end of the third quarter against Bennett. He nearly made one earlier in this game. Yep. So, I mean, you have to have the guy who knows how to finish a quarter. And
Mount is the best long pass thrower in the
I don't know if he's going to go the distance, but see, if you get it in first to Dunker, that's going to make it harder for him. But Dunker right now is at midcourt, so who knows? It does look like he's going to throw a baseball pass. This does look like a baseball pass. Let's see what Mount does. Mount in the backcourt to Dunker. He dribbles by 2. 2 seconds to go in midcourt. Dunker, right side. The three is up and no good by Salcedo inside the three-point line on the right side, and we go to overtime. He had a good look on the right baseline, but we are deadlocked at 47. It's a 1-minute break. Back in 1 minute on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. We go to overtime. The Beat Diggers and the Weld Central Rebels deadlocked at 47. John Beltran with Ron Albo, Ryan Dunker, Gunnar Guzman, Trent Mount, Armando Salcedo, and Corbin Massey for Brush, Reese Mettler, Derek Sims, Brian Gudka, Sergio Gonzalez, and Alex Reese for Weld Central. Tip is controlled by the Rebels. 4-minute overtime in high school basketball. And over and back! Sergio Gonzalez dribbled it across the midcourt line and then took a step back for Weld Central. That is another turnover, number 18. Now the Beat Diggers can break the 47-47 tie. At the top is Trent Mount on the outside right to Massey. Massey back out to Guzman. Guzman hands it off to Dunker. Dunker guarded by Gonzalez. Looking, maintains the dribble. Bounce pass right side to Mount. Mount inside to Massey. Down low to Guzman. Banks and scores to the left of the basket. Corbin Massey with a great look. And the Beat Diggers lead by 2. 49-47. Outstanding play by the Beat Diggers.
Way to be patient on the play and setting up the offense.
In the left corner, Alex Reese with the basketball behind the three-point line. Back out to Gonzalez. 3:15 to go in overtime. Rush 49, Weld Central 47. Outside left to Reese. Reese at the top for Gonzalez. You got to watch out for Mettler. He's got that long range. Gudka squeezes right of the lane. Looking, spinning. Back out to Mettler. Mettler left of the lane. Guarded closely by Salcedo. Left baseline. Maintains the dribble. In the left corner, under 3 minutes to go. Jump pass to Reese. Straight away to Gonzalez. Against Corbin Massey. Crossover dribble. Back to his left. Over to Reese in the left corner for Reese Metler. Salcedo skied like glue. Here's Gonzalez, right side to Goodka. Crossover dribble, can't take that three. Gonzalez straight away with 2:39 to go. In overtime, Brush leads by 2. Right side to Reese. They're being very patient, looking for the shot. Sims to Goodka, left side, guarded by Mount. Mount back out to Metler. Metler maintains the dribble just across the timeline here to Sims. Straight away, it's Sergio Gonzalez. 2:19 to go in overtime. Gonzalez in the lane. The runner's up off the glass, no good. And an offensive foul. Gonzalez ran right over Ryan Dunker. And that's another turnover in overtime, the second for Weld Central.
They burned a lot of time on that series, on that possession right there, and didn't get any points out of it. So, there's nothing wrong with that. Brush did a great job of keeping them at least 15 to 20 feet outside of the basket. There's nobody cutting to the basket. There's no open shot.
Beat Diggers have it with 2:12 to go in overtime. Brush 49, Weld Central 47. Dunker across the timeline, guarded by Gonzalez. Swings it left side to Massey. Massey straight away for T-Money. Money is traveled. Boy, I thought he was tripped up. Yeah. He thought he was tripped up. He went to the floor, and instead, T-Money's committed the violation. That is turnover number 18 for Brush. Weld Central can tie the game with a 2. 1:55 to go. Left corner for Reese, looking down low. Guzman right there, feeds it straight away to Gonzalez. Gonzalez on the right side now to Brian Goodka. Goodka looking down low for Metler. Bounce pass to Gonzalez. Metler has 21 points in the game. Now to Reese, left baseline. Bounce pass to Metler, double team. He turns, he squeezes it up, throws up an air ball. Goodka goes for the basketball. Goodka has it. Goodka's fouled. 18 foul. He'll go to the line to shoot the 1-and-1.
Gunnar Guzman, I think, has got that foul.
That is correct. Guzman has the go-ahead bucket here in overtime, but Goodka can tie it. It is a 1-and-1, though. And Brian Goodka has scored just 2 points in the game. The free throw by Goodka is off the back of the rim, and Corbin Massey, who had a huge assist, grabs the rebound. Long pass to Mount. Here is Dunker. Dunker into the front court between his legs. Lost the basketball loose on the floor, but is going to feed it to Guzman. He scooped it over to him. Now to Trent Mount. Mount looked like he was fouled. He was.
Yep.
Yeah, Reese Metler got him with a body. That's foul number 4 for Metler, and it's a double bonus for the Beat Diggers. And Trent Mount.
I think Metler was figuring if he could just get up there on Mount with his size, he can hopefully hold him and keep him from going anywhere. And, of course, it worked against him.
He can give the Beat Diggers a 2-possession lead, and that is a thing of beauty for T-Money. Trent Mount now has 15 in the game. Second free throw upcoming from Mount is a 3-point lead. The gym is quiet. The ball's in the air, and it's in the basket. Rush 51, Weld Central 47, minute 19 to go in overtime. Weld Central's not scored in the extra session. Gonzalez straight away against Massey, looking to his right, getting a pick, maintains the dribble. Overhead pass, headed to the backcourt. Metler tries to save it, and he does to Reese. Lobs down low for Sims, knocked away by Dunker, intercepted by Guzman. Another turnover for Weld Central. Here is Trent Mount, 1:02 to go in overtime. Mount dribbles by 2, and he carried the ball. Oh, man.
We've got 1 minute and 2 seconds to go. You just need to maintain possession of the basketball. We could easily burn, time off the clock. Just take our time and settle down. We don't need to make a shot.
Gonzalez, left corner for Reese. Back out to Gonzalez. 51-47 Brush. 53 seconds to go in overtime. Goodka bounce pass right baseline for Metler. Backs in on Salcedo. He's trapped over there. Jump pass to Gonzalez to his left. Over to Reese. Down low for Sims. Left baseline. Over to Reese. Gonzalez fakes a 3. Steps in. Right wing pass. Here's Metler. Right corner 3. Good. Reese Metler has done it again. Nailing a triple. And he has got 24 points in the game. Timeout Weld Central. The Beat Digger lead is down to 1 at 51-50. Had he missed that one, the game could have been over. Instead, it's still anybody's ball game with the Beat Diggers up by a point and possession of the basketball. Wow.
Yeah, it's an exciting game. I mean, you can't complain about it one bit. Wish you like to see the home team, the Beat Diggers, control everything and knock this thing out and get out of here. But if you're going to sit here and watch an overtime game, let's have an exciting one.
Yeah. No, it's a game I thought the Beat Diggers at one point had wrapped up, but not easily wrapped. No. They had an 8-point lead in the opening half, and had a shot to win at the end of regulation. Salcedo missed a right corner shot. So here we go. Dunker, Massey, Guzman, Salcedo, and Mount for Brush. And again, those same 5 have not left for Weld Central. We've had 5 combined turnovers in overtime. And Massey will throw it in. It's a double bonus if the Bee Diggers get fouled. Brush has committed 8 fouls. Yeah, if you're the Bee Diggers, just get the ball in and take it from there. Inbounds to Dunker. Dunker was fouled in the backcourt. He handles the ball so well. And Dunker to the line to shoot 2.
And that's not the guy you want to go to the free throw line if you're Weld Central.
Dunker is 5 out of 5 from the stripe tonight. You need your vehicle and farm equipment to be in top shape. Make sure you take care of them by purchasing the best quality parts at great prices at your local Napa store. Central Auto Parts in Fort Morgan. And the free throw is perfect by Ryan Dunker. He is smooth. Dunker has 7 in the second half. And the second free throw is in. And the Bee Digger lead is 3. Another timeout called by Brush. 30-second timeout brought to you by Greg Mullen at State Farm Insurance. Brush 53, Weld Central 50. We are in overtime.
And I would imagine that at this point, they're not going to let him. They know they've got to inbound the basketball, but they're probably got to try to trap him and just keep him from getting that ball down court. The only place it's going to be open is going to be in the middle when you are trapping on those ends most of the time, in the corners. So,
also keep in mind that Weld Central has nailed 5 3-pointers in the game, all by Reese Metler.
Yep.
Just let somebody else take a 3. If somebody else takes a 3
exactly.
inside the game. Now, you don't want to give up the easy 2 either.
No.
So, here we go. 53-50. In the backcourt to throw it in for Weld Central is going to be Reese Metler. And the Bee Diggers will apply the pressure. Medler into Gonzalez. Gonzalez crossing the timeline, guarded by Massey. 27 seconds to go. Over to Reese. Straight away to Sims. Right side to Gudka. Gudka maintains the dribble. 21 seconds to go. Cross court Gonzalez. He'll take the 3, and he missed it. And the ball is loose, and it's picked up by a Bee Digger. It's picked up by Armando Salcedo, and Mount is fouled in the backcourt. Again, Ron, let somebody else take the 3.
Exactly.
You know? I mean,
they knew Metler would be the guy to shoot the ball, and so they guarded him very well.
Yeah.
Kept him outside the basket.
At this point, you make 1. The game is not necessarily over, but it should be.
Yep. And, Mount's been pretty good from the free throw line. 10 of 11, is that right?
Today, 5 out of 6.
Or 5 out of 6, okay.
Which is halfway to 10 of 11,
yep.
And this free throw is good. Well, when you combine him and Dunker, that's pretty much now 6 out of 7. Second free throw is up, and that's perfect. Bee Diggers up by 5, 12 seconds to go. The inbound to Medler. Medler crossing midcourt with 8. And in the left corner, Reese will take the 3. It hits the bottom of the backboard into Gudka, turns, and he misses, and the game is over as Corbin Massey grabs the rebound, and the Brush Bee Diggers have pulled off the victory tonight. 55-50 in overtime. It's time for a 3-minute break. We'll wrap it up after this on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Bee Digger postgame show is brought to you by Mr. D's Home Center with 3 locations to serve you better. Sterling, Brush, and Fort Morgan, your headquarters for your home, farm, and ranch supplies from plumbing to feed. Mr. D's Home Center. The Bee Diggers defeat the Weld Central Rebels in overtime by a score of 55-50. I'm John Beltran. I'll be rejoined by Ron Albo momentarily, joined by Brush head coach Tyrone Whipple. And, Coach, this was a very interesting game. You're up 32-20 at the half. It was a very clean game in the first half, only 10 turnovers combined. What in your mind happened? Because it also happened to Weld Central in the third quarter. We saw 14 turnovers combined, and it seemed that flow that you had in the first half, it kind of disappeared in the second half.
Yeah, I just think anxiety and nerves got to them. So I told the guys we got to relax, poise under pressure. And then they start doing things we didn't have to do. Instead of just doing their job like we did in the first half, they were trying to go above and beyond and make that extra pass or make that tough pass instead of playing basic basketball and working the ball one pass away. And I just think it was a little nerve, so I called a timeout to try to get them calmed down and get them refocused. And we mixed the defense up a little bit there in the second half, which I think we played excellent second half defense. We had some problems, but I think they did a great job defensively. And just a few mistakes down the stretch from a young team that I think, will mature as the season goes, and we'll be better for it.
Well, but a young team that is 5-1, which is great news. When you talk about the defense improving in the second half, anything that you wanted to get across the message-wise from a physical standpoint, because this Weld Central team did beat Brush on the board statistically tonight with those rebounds.
Yeah, I just told them we got to box out, John, and that's the bottom line. I thought we did a decent job, but they got a lot of second chance points, and that's one of the things, that's our Achilles heel right now. And we've got to be able to box out. And we've got to find somebody and put a body on them. I always tell them, Bows, body on in the war zone, and that's in the paint. And out top, we just cap. So we go ahead and check the man, we arc with him, then we pursue the ball, and that's not happening, and the two should leak. But, that's, again, one of those growing pains of a young team. And now we know what we need to focus on in practice.
Having said that, it's obviously a team effort when you win a game like this, but looked like Corbin Massey made some clutch plays down the stretch, obviously grabbed that last rebound, took a charge, and he's one of your smaller guys, so it doesn't necessarily have to do with size when you're putting together that type of productivity.
Well, if you look at it, John, I think if you look on your stat sheet, and mine show that my small guys are just right in there with my big guys as far as rebounds.
They were.
So, and that's what I tell them. I tell them it's a group effort, one team, one mission. That's our motto this year, and do your job. And that's what we got to do. And I tell them somebody's down, next man up. And so I think, all of them had that mindset, and I told them before the game, I said, don't underestimate yourself because, who your opponent is. I said, they're probably feeling the same way you are.
Well, this was a 5-win team going into this game. So character-wise, how do you feel about your team going forward tomorrow against Fort Morgan, knowing that, you could have easily won the game, but you could have lost the game in overtime, and yet a young squad came out. You were composed in the overtime. There were a couple of turnovers there, but Weld Central had 3, and yet you came away with a 5-point victory.
Yeah, I think our chances are good. It's just, the wear and tear of a back-to-back. But, this is our second week doing this, so I think we're acclimated and we're ready to go. And I know it's going to be a tough job down there with McBride and Kimball getting better. And so, but I think we're battle ready for it after going against the big guy from Bennett and then the big guy tonight. I think we're ready to face the big guys and we're ready to face shooters. I think our defense rotate well. Sometimes we get out of position still, but it's still early in the season. But I think our defensive rotation looks a lot better, and we're closing out, and we're doing the things that we have to do to inside. When we're collapsing on the big guys, we're doing what we need to do to be successful.
Finally, what about playing on the road tomorrow? So that's something that you really relish even more because you've had these home tests, but once you get into the playoffs, you're either playing on the neutral court if you go in fairly well in those conference tournaments necessarily, but obviously going on the road, and that's going to be one raucous environment coming up late tomorrow afternoon with Fort Morgan.
And we're going to be just as motivated as they are. It's that rivalry, and you know what it is? That's bragging rights here in Morgan County. So I think the boys will be up for it. They may be a little sore and battered, but we got to go into the next battle. Okay, we won a battle tonight, but we haven't won the war yet. So we got to keep trudging.
That's Brush head coach Tyrone Whipple. T-Whip, congratulations on another victory.
Thank you.
The Bee Diggers win tonight over the Weld Central Rebels 55-50 in overtime. We'll bring in Ron Albo here momentarily. We'll run through the numbers. Quite a game. And always thanks Coach Whipple for his time. Let's run through the numbers as Reese Metler was unstoppable at points here for Weld Central. Nailed 5 threes, and he finished with 24 points in the game, 13 for Derek Sims, 6 for Austin Knox, 4 in the game for Brian Goodka, and 1 for Gage Hesse. The Bee Diggers had 7 players in the scoring column, led by Trent Mount. T-Money had 18 points in the game. You had 13 in the game from Ryan Dunker, including 6 out of 6 from the line. And I knew I blew something. I should have asked Coach about the free throw. But that's part of the composure, Ron, that you show, making those free throws. 19 of 21. Weld Central took 10 fewer free throws and missed 2 more than Brush did. So, young team or no young team, 19 of 21. There are NBA teams that don't come close to that, and that was pretty impressive tonight. Salcedo with 8, 7 points for Corbin Massey, 5 for Austin Perry, 4 for Gunnar Guzman, 2 for Ben Brown. Bee Diggers out-rebounded unofficially 30-17, 9 rebounds for Derek Sims. Trent Mount at 5 for Brush. Massey and Salcedo, 4 free throw line. I mentioned 19 of 21 versus 7 of 11. 25 turnovers for Brush, 19 for Weld Central. And I think it's safe to say that with that game against Fort Morgan tomorrow, you point to two things, right? If you're going to have a chance to win, limiting the turnovers and making sure you take care of the boards. And you've seen Trey McBride.
Oh, yeah. He's a full ball player, and it's going to be interesting to see how well we match up against him. I think if you can take a couple of positives from this game, number one, the free throw line, 19 to 21, you can't complain about that. The other thing, like Coach Whipple was talking about, is they've got to figure out who's going to be their go-to physical guy. They got to have that guy or two guys that no matter who the big man is from any other team, they can get him under there. They got to get him to match up. They've just got to find that, because that is what's going to probably haunt them as the season goes on, I believe.
Well, because every team, whether it's football, basketball, baseball, every team establishes an identity. There are positive identities, but based on what you're saying, Ron, I agree. If you don't get that guy down low, that's part of the identity that you don't want.
Nope.
And if you don't establish that, then what's going to happen?
Yeah. And other coaches breaking down film, because they watch this film, they find out where the weak spots are, and any good coach is going to find a way to attack those. And if that isn't a weak spot of them, they're going to put their big guy down there, they're going to feed him the ball, and they're going to wait and see what Brush can do to handle that.
The Bay Diggers with a victory improved to 5-1, and quite frankly, I was almost surprised that they won 5 consecutive games, only because they looked so lackluster in that first game of the season against Akron, but they rebounded nicely. They beat Frederick, where they won that Fort Lupton tournament, and played two pretty good teams in Bennett and Weld Central. And again, this Weld Central team was 5-2 going in, and they win the game tonight in overtime, 55-50. Once again, next up for the Bee Diggers, they'll play tomorrow, but not on KSIR. That'll be on B106 and B106.com. The girls' game against Fort Morgan at 3:30, and the boys' game at 5 o'clock, and that would do it then for the 2016 portion of the basketball schedule. Then Ron and I will resume on Friday, January the 6th. Ron will join me for the majority of the games this season, Friday, January the 6th. Ron and I will be at the Pit in Yuma, and if we make it out of there alive, we'll continue broadcasting, because that place is great, but it's got quite the raucous atmosphere. We'll look forward to that coming up on Friday, January the 6th. So the Bee Diggers pick up a couple of victories tonight as they defeat the Weld Central Rebels first. Let's get to the Bee Digger Player of the Game, brought to you by Cargill, committed to feeding the world in a responsible way by reducing environmental impact and improving products and processes. Learn about Cargill's story of commitment at Cargill.com. You know, I know you look at the leading score and you figure Trent Mount, he could be the Player of the Game quite a few games this year. But let's give it to Corbin Massey.
Oh, exactly.
I mean, this guy, he stepped in with guys that you figure, oh, my God, they're going to kill him out there.
You know, if I'm right, looking at Mettler and looking at the other big guy from Weld Central, at least 230, 240.
Yeah, Derek Sims,
Yeah, Sims. Those are
or Gage Hesse.
Yeah, and those guys are big guys. And Corbin Massey was not afraid to battle in there with him at all. In fact, he's the one that secured the last rebound of the game here to wrap things up for him. But time and time again through the game, he came up with big plays. And I agree with you 100%.
7 points, 4 rebounds, was a defensive presence. And don't forget that incredible pass he threw to Gunnar Guzman, which created the go-ahead shot in overtime. And the Bee Diggers did not look back after that particular shot by Guzman, winning by 5. Girls win 49-37, and the boys win in overtime 55-50. Outstanding job by our sound engineer and producer, Rose Condas. For Ron Albo, I'm John Beltran. You've been listening to Brush Bee Digger Basketball and watching the post-game show here on Facebook Live and on 1010 KSIR and on the World Wide Web at KSIR.com.